title of this writing is Improving the World. If we only pay attention to the news, it's hard to argue with the notion that we're going to hell in a handbasket. But there is something else that, if paid attention to, would instantly improve our world 100%. This something else is something that comes out of our mouths on a regular basis, but we are deaf to it. What is it that would improve our world 100% that we say nearly every day, but don't seem to hear? Our own advice. I don't know about you, but I'm world class when it comes to telling others what to do. I'm closer to an also-ran when it comes to following my own sage advice. I believe I have lots of company. The old axiom is accurate. We would have more success in improving our world by taking care of our own little corner of it. We become confounded when others ignore our pearls of wisdom, but it's like yanking teeth to admit that we don't follow our own astute recommendations. There is great wisdom in our counsel, but we're so blinded by our own shortcomings that we become short-sighted when it comes to recognizing it also applies to us. We're never going to stop giving advice. That's like asking the wind not to blow. So the world-improving question is this: when are we going to start taking it? Reminds me of a story. I was walking past a neighbor's house a few years ago and noticed that their beautiful newly sodded lawn had a patch near the fence that didn't take. I immediately went into Mr. Fix-It mode in my head and knew exactly what needed to be done. I didn't know these folks well enough to offer my invaluable advice. The story gets more interesting when I notice that days and weeks later that they haven't tended to this obvious flaw. I was chomping at the bit to offer my advice, but had the good sense to choke it back. That good sense came to me that very day when I noticed that my own lawn looked like a patchwork quilt of sewn-together bare spots. This would have a storybook ending if I were able to report that I went home and immediately attended to my little corner of God's green earth. But, alas, it remained brown. It's flattering when someone asks for your advice. It's world-changing when you follow your own. All the best, John.